What's up, YouTuber? It's Scott and Jan here, and we're going to be reviewing Nagi no Asukara. So, Jan, tell me how you feel.
Well, how I feel, because I'm trying to get in touch with myself a little bit more. Me and Scott decided to go with a 9. And I'm not going to speak for Scott for this part, but it was pretty difficult for me to really pinpoint a rating for this series. I literally had to take a day to kind of make a choice, and like I said earlier, I give it a 9 as well. Now, the good parts of this, which is pretty much everything, but I'll go into detail. I like the pacing, which is almost perfect. I can truly say that because, well, entering this series, expect it to be somewhat slow. I don't know if you agree with me or not, Scott.
I think it was fine. Well,
I meant like what it's meant to be.
Slow good.
Yeah, it's slow good. Like, it's meant to be slow paced, but for what it's intended to be, it was executed really, really well. So for anyone who's not a big fan of slow paced animes, this might be somewhat off-putting, but I would suggest, like, you know, just stick with it, and it does get better, especially during that mid-series climax. Now, the time jump, yes, it was somewhat predictable. We kind of saw that coming, but what caught I don't know if it caught you off guard. What caught me off guard was to the degree of how long the time jump was, because...
Like 5 years?
Yeah, because I was watching the next episode, and I was like, something's not right. Well, you look a little bit older, and your hair is a little bit... Oh my god! Now, normally time jumps, I either like it or I don't. Because it's overused. It's sometimes not even necessary, and they only do that to kind of like reinvigorate the character cast a little bit just to change things up. But I thought it was done pretty well for this series, and actually I can't think of another way to do it for that mid-series climax. So, favorite characters. Favorite's a pretty strong word, but I can say the most likable characters for me would be the two main guys, because they kind of represent like different kind of ideologies and just mannerism. You got the main guy, which is
Hikari.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me like of a Naruto minus the ninja and jutsus and, you know, explosion-y thingies. The other guy, which was Sumugu. He seems emotionless, but he does have emotions. He's very calm, collective, cool, analytical in a sense. Even though I'm not going into complete detail with all of the characters, what I can say that applies to a majority of all of these characters that matter, the maturity level. It is actually quite ridiculously high. It's almost unfathomable. Even in real life, you don't see that, so I kind of respected that a lot, and that's why I stated the fact that even if you don't like these characters as much as, like, say, the next person, you can't help but respect the character development because it's done really, really well. In terms of the plot itself, it's very simple, very straightforward, and it just plays off of it as well as possible because it's a love nanogon, triangle, hexagon, square thing. I don't even know because people like each other back and forth. In terms of the pairings, aka the couples that were formed in this series, I have no problem with it. I'm not the kind of guy to ship a certain person with another person, so person A goes with person B. Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of the, so long as it's justified based on how the plot is progressing or how the character development is going, that should be fine with me. And like I said, I was perfectly fine with it. The ending, surprisingly, well, not that surprising, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more complexity with the ending, but it was simple and I had no issue with it. It just kind of caught me off guard because I was like, oh, okay, that's all that happened. All right. But it was still done pretty well. It wrapped things up. This isn't the type of anime you would cry over unless you're that emotionally invested in. But it is more of a kind of like, instead of a sharp, immediate pain, it kind of is more of a dull, prolonged pain. Because it really builds on the anxiety and like the uncertainty of just like, I love this person, but... you know, because nothing's happening, you just have to wait, and it just sucks. It kind of brought out the romantic version of me. I don't know, something like that. It's like, yeah, I kind of missed that kind of feeling before.
Jan has feels, yo. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I have. Hey, I'm not a robot, okay? Yes, I do have feelings.
You didn't watch Planet. It has no emotion.
I watched Planet. Okay, stop that. Okay, I watched it a long time ago. But good series, by the way. So, is there anything you want to get off of your chest, Scott? Because I know you have a lot to say.
Just move, Jan.
Okay, I'm moving out of the way.
Like Jan said, I give it a 9. You know, it was one of those animes I haven't seen in a while. It was very beautiful. You know, the meaning, okay, not as meaningful. It was simple, but I still like, you know, the feels. You know, those feels that you hate, you just want to get rid of, but they're necessary in life. All right, so for starters, I don't support Hikari and Monica. Just for, cause okay, one, she is too like childish like. It's like Jan said, she is the Menma. If you guys watch Anohana.
She's a Menma, but not dead.
Hikari, I guess he's the most favorite in the series for me. It is like headstrong, that determination, and for a 10-year-old, he is like smart. Like his mental development is like already past his peers. Besides the Earth guy, Sumugu, I mean they were pretty both like not level-headed, but they were mature in their own way more than everybody else. And I don't like Sumugu either. He is okay. He's too calm.
What's wrong with being calm?
He's too calm. Like, okay, for example, you know, water whirlpools and everything happens. Right? Okay, he did something, but still, like, this is how he always is. He's just like, cool. The whole time, he only like smiled like 3 times. And I don't support Chisaki and Tsubugu. He's just so cocky. Yeah, I'm sure you still love me. I want to stab him in the face. If probably Monica didn't tell him that she likes Hikari, then those two would have probably gotten together. Can we just like freeze him? Can you use him as a sacrificial lamb?
Whoa.
Okay, the sea god needs a sacrifice. We could use him. You know, I've been fine with that. And then as for the other the water guy, the blonde hair guy, the long hair, I forgot his name. The kid that's Hikari's other friend.
You hate him?
I hate him too. He guilt trips. Like, why would you do it? If you love that person, don't tell him, oh, I confess to you too. You know, you gotta respond to me. Oh, you love him. You know, I love you too. Stop and move on. Oh, I did feel kind of sad when he said I woke up and I was lonely. I felt sad for you, but I still want to punch you in the face. Chisaki, why did you were so fine with Hikari. You just could just go for it. Don't give up. Just because you live with a guy for 5 years, I mean, still. Come on. You waited 5 years to still say you love Hikari. I mean, what's another 5-year gap? You just wait till he's 16 and you're like 20?
That's illegal, by the way. Just saying.
Not in Japan. Monica and Sumugu, their personalities, childish and emotionless, it mixed together. Hikari, bold, you know, foolishness, and Naruto-y, I guess you call that. And then, like, Chisaki, she was just, I mean, she wasn't like, she was normal. It just would turn out so much better. Their babies would be so beautiful. And I feel sorry for Muna. Yeah, I think Muna and Hikari, that would have been fine. It's Muna and Chisaki, those two for Hikari, I would have been perfectly fine. If Chisaki ends up being frozen and another time skip, they're both like 20 or 16 now, I guess. They're perfectly fine. Just kill Sumugu. And then the plot started because the god felt guilty that his lover wanted to go back to the sea, or to the land. Still loves you. Why would you do that? Just because she's crying, but she's still with you, okay? If he had not done that in the first place, Hikari and probably Chisaki would have gotten together. There would have been no frozen shit. I mean, there would always be like animosity between sea and land, but that's fine.
Wow.
It's fine as long as they get together. And then that scale of the sea god, I forgot his name. I feel bad for him. I mean, he loves the girl too. It's kind of weird though. It's like I have my separate personality just split off and we love the same person. Yeah, so overall, you know, that's how I feel. It's mostly just the relationship pairing. Everything else is fine. You know, it is a well written, well paced, beautifully drawn anime. You know, I really feel that. You know, the feels were real. even though I want to stab some people. I still stand by the 9. The only reason ones went higher, it just I felt like if they did like another time skip, season 2, I would have been perfectly fine. I would have been like hyped for it. I would really like die to watch it.
You think they could do a season 2?
As of now, I highly doubt it. I mean, they wrapped up everything. And pretty much everybody's with the ones they love, except for the sea god or sea scale.
What about Muna?
Muna. Oh yeah, her. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she gave up. Hikari knows that you love me or like me, but
yeah.
She hasn't said it to him, so that's not really a confession. Just kind of just leave it in the air. I guess that's a little something to nitpick on, but still, before we wrap things up, tell me how you feel.
Really? Were you pausing just for that saying?
Okay, if you agree with me, I will love you forever. If you support Tsumugu, we can have some problems, yo.
Are you starting a shipping war?
Okay, this is my first time actually starting a shipping war. I am starting a shipping war. It's been a while since I actually like felt so compelled for like shipping in general. But I ship and I will kill. Support me and I will love.
Scott, you kind of look evil. Wait, are we done? Okay. This is MediaShinobi signing out. Bye.
I'm so heated. So heated, man.